Sup dogs, name's TheOdie. I'm making a horror game called Caster's Trap, and welcome to a day in the life of a hobbyist game dev. So before I get started, I feel like I gotta explain the format a little bit. Originally, the intent was to upload a silent day in the life, but then I had my girlfriend review it because I needed to make sure to cut out any of the stuff that should stay private, of course. But we watched it and she thought, it's very different from your other videos. And I thought, yeah, it is pretty different. Neither of us are really into ASMR, and I definitely do not have a ASMR mic. So it was like a ASMR wannabe video. So here I am. Instead, I am now commentating on my day in the life, which is a little bit more weird, but welcome to the channel. Alright, so I told like I even titled it as that. Oh, I'm embarrassing. So to start things off, I usually wake up at 6:25, but unlike most game devs out there, I don't know how they do it. They just they wake up at like 5, they get out of bed, they do some exercises, and they get to game dev work before they head off to work. And me, on the other hand, I'm more like, hell no, I can't move a muscle. So typically I'm just laying in bed for a good 20 minutes, and I didn't get out of bed till 6:55 for this video. I usually get on my phone and I just check out like social medias, emails, I go on YouTube, watch shorts, and then I do a Duolingo exercise. I'm learning Japanese passively, and I say passively because I'm only spending 15 minutes or so. And of course, the whole reason for it is I like anime. So 6:55, I'm out of bed, I'm doing my morning routine, shower, brush my teeth, face moisturizer, typical stuff. Alexa, what's the weather today?
The current weather is 43 degrees Fahrenheit with clear skies and sun. Today, you can expect lots of clouds with a high of 62 degrees and a low of 43 degrees. By the way, I can actually share tips for healthy eating. Want to hear one now?
No. For a particular day, it was a cloudy, somewhat wet, 40-degree day. Yep, that's me. That's my morning. Every morning. Gotta burn off that resin. So for those who aren't familiar with Genshin Impact but are with mobile games, then you probably know about energy and stamina, where it kind of recharges over time and that there's a cap. Well, with Genshin Impact, the cap is 140 and it recharges every 8 minutes, I think it was. So every morning I do have to burn it off just to make sure it does not cap and that it's always recharging. So typically I make my lunch the night before, but it was just a lazy night the night before. So in Thursdays, I usually don't need to get to work until 8 o'clock, so it gives me a little bit room to make my lunch. And I'm actually not sure, is that considered tteokbokki? And I only ask that because tteokbokki is those long rice cakes, but typically it's only with fish cake, at least the way I've had it in restaurants. But of course I toss my own ingredients with chicken and mushrooms and maybe like something else. So is it still considered as tteokbokki, or is there an actual word for that? If you guys know, I would love to know. Totally just flexing my I'm somewhat healthy by bringing those celery sticks. And you like how I had to add that one more squirt? And then I was like, you know what, I'm probably still hungry, let's toss in this fortune cookie. And then I need a water. And yes, look, I was so proud at this moment. So those are pepper plants. I think it's either jalapeno or habanero. And they started like 2 or 3 weeks before the filming of this video, and we weren't sure if those seeds would actually sprout. And then it did, and I was sick. And those two plants were a sunflower on the left, and on the right was a green bean plant. Peace out, guys. 7:45, heading out. And I'm like, oh yeah, the light switch for that one's over there. Peace. Oh, you're gonna love this. Alright, so to explain myself there, when the Ring camera captures motion, it'll take the very first frame and then send it to the user's phone. So I'll send one to me and then send one to my girlfriend, and I just feel like I have to make them interesting. Maybe she'll look at them, maybe she'll laugh. If not, then at least I will. So that's about it. Alright, watching that baggie was kind of cringy, but the whole idea is that I like to try and pump myself up before going to the gym, especially when you have work and you're just coming home. You're like, oh, I don't want to go to the gym, so you gotta pump yourself up somehow. But at the same time, I don't really like being loud and obnoxious, so I kind of just get this weird, awkward whisper of pumping myself up, yeah! Now get ready for my workout routine. And that's it! I may look like I'm dying inside, but to be real, it's no more than any other dude's typical workout. I'm just a sweaty mess because that's just how I am. I'm so done. 5:45. I'm ready for the evening. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. So typically after a workout, I make a smoothie. Alright, so normally I do milk last. I don't know why I did it first here, because you're gonna see how awkward this is. Look how awkward that is. It's so weird. For those who don't have a Ninja, these things are like incredibly loud, and it's terrifying the very first time you use one. It sounds like it's going to explode, so I make a run for it. But it's somewhat satisfying. You guys are going to see it really soon. Yeah, when it all clicks. Alexa,
Stop.
turn on the hills. So as you can tell, I added more milk after that. Because I don't like my smoothies super duper thick, and I'll admit that one is a bit wet, but... And here I am, again, for those of you who do play the game, Mona's my favorite. And haha, how many of you guys seen this video?
Hey guys, it's me, your boy. Since the last video was such a banger, I thought I'd make another one. Just remember to please like, comment, and subscribe. Step 1. Step 1. Step 1. Step 1. I'll start with a comment that called me out last year.
Go check out that video. It was a follow-up to last year's April Fool's video for this year's April Fool. And of course, I don't really know why I decided to keep this in. I guess it was just something I was doing. So I was like, you know what? It need to make sense with the time gap. So here we go. I added it in. And now it's dinner time. Heck yeah, same thing as leftovers lunch. It's not as spicy as it looks. What? So that threw me off so hard. I did not expect that. The anime is called A Certain Scientific Railgun, and it's an interesting anime. I wouldn't really put it up there with like shows like Demon Slayer or Attack on Titan or things like that, but it's very, very popular in terms of the light novelization in Japan. You know what? We're not here to talk about anime. I'll just leave it at that. A lot of times I finish my dinner before the end of a show, so I just toss it in the sink. Maybe I'll wash it, or I'll wash it after I finish watching the episode. $7:15. Here we go, baby. I'm finally doing game dev stuff. So I totally just realized that you know what? I have a nice big computer, and here I am on my tiny laptop working on game dev stuff. How does that make sense? I guess in general, I just really enjoy being in the living room. There's a nice big TV, it's a nice big open space, and I have a nice big window. So, kind of my reasoning behind taking out my tiny laptop to work on my kotatsu, which is that low table you saw there, and just game deving away. For this particular moment, I was working on one of the last few cutscenes for a system of collectibles. So you collect these memory crystals, or memory shards as I'll call them, and with each shard you get to see the past about the original residents of the cabin, and this is like number 4 or 5 out of 7 in total. A lot of this time spent was creating the artwork for it, creating the cutscene, making sure it all runs smooth, and when the story kind of just, the dialogue, the flow didn't make sense or it's just awkward, then you just gotta sit back and redo all of it until it does make sense. And then hopefully the next day, when you do test it out, it still makes sense. Otherwise, you're gonna be working at it again. So, bada boom. Here's all of this. It's honestly not a lot that I'm showing off here. It's just cutscene stuff. So like balloon icons, like ding. I'm surprised, like that. And then there's movements to show animation, and then dialogues in between, and pauses to create more suspense. All those sort of different things. Alright, so this one in particular, you're gonna see me just copy and paste from one set to another set, and it's to smooth it out when you're doing the cutscenes, so it's not like awkwardly switching to another character sheet set and then going into that motion. It's just more smoother to just use the same sheet and go into the motion. Doesn't make sense, but if you work with RPG Maker and you do a lot of different sprites to animate like this, then it'll make a whole lot of sense. And of course, I can't show you guys the cutscene, but enjoy the sound effects and enjoy the nice little, I guess, tint or flare that I received. So there I am, changing up some of the dialogue. A lot of this portion is just like typing ASMR, to be real. So right now I am going through the dialogue to make sure that it makes sense, and as I'm going through it, in my head I'm doing like the voices for the different characters and kind of like getting into their emotions and how they should look if it was like a full-blown on scale whatever cutscene. And here I am exploding from my cocoon to type immediately because I thought of something different. Yeah. And I'm satisfied. It's like approaching 9 p.m. right now, or maybe it's a little bit after 9 p.m. and I'm just like exhausted. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. Almost 2 hours just to make a 2 or 3 minute cutscene. It's wild. I think I can say that that's both typical and not typical for game dev. Like sometimes your cutscenes can just fly and it will only take you like maybe half a minute to get what you want to get out, but then some other times where you're like, you know what, a little bit of animation could really work out for this, and then it really extends the work time from like half an hour to 2 hours. And exactly what happened here. And I feel like most game devs, like probably yourself, you can relate to that. So it's 9 p.m. Usually that's my stopping time for doing any more work. Tell myself to just relax, enjoy some more either anime, and look, I spelled hobbyist wrong. the rest is just this. So 9 p.m. hard stop for game dev. Tell myself to relax. Usually I'll either enjoy some more anime. I think for this night in particular, my friend was streaming, so I hopped on that just to chat with him for a little bit, or just to watch before going off to bed. So there you guys have it. Just a typical normal boring dude. If you're interested in seeing my game, Catcher's Trap, down descriptions. It's on Game Joe and Itch.io, and the demo is live, so do check it out. Let me know what you think. If you enjoyed the video, then let me know, and then I will do a weekend in the life of a hobbyist game dev. Or heck, if you do want the silent version, then let me know about that too, and you'll get that as well. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. Till then, later.